Hello everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch from Twitter, and you can catch me there on Twitter under @ZozoStockwatch. That's my handle. Or you can catch me over at StockTwits, Zozo Stockwatch. Zozo Stockwatch is the handle there also. I'm going to do a video on what I have on watch for tomorrow. Let's take a quick look at the futures. Pretty flat in the overnight session currently, and so we'll see what's going to happen maybe later on in the evening, and also tomorrow morning. Good site if you want to watch the futures. First thing I'm going to do is get this out of the way for us. And today looked like Donald Trump was being interviewed, I believe, by Bloomberg Television, and around let's see, what time was this? 12:45 p.m. So around lunchtime, Donald Trump mentioned that he'd like to he's actively considering breaking up the big banks, and that was the big flush here. And let's see, we'll check out the XLF, and that's when this flushed down right here. So that was something that Donald Trump said today, and the market reacted to that, but then it bounced back off of that. He said he was also open to raising gasoline, U.S. gasoline tax. That was another thing he said. And another thing he said was Trump open to meeting with Korea's Kim. So we'll see if that's going to come about. Ben Bernanke was on CNBC this morning, and Bernanke said the economy not likely to get over 3%. And then Treasury Secretary Mnuchin came out and said it would take over 2 years to get over 3% for economic growth. So that's kind of some of the things that are affecting the market right now. And as you can see, we basically are in this consolidation on the SPY. We are still holding above the moving averages, the 8 EMA currently right here, or if you use a 10 SMA, I believe we're holding that also. Let's just check with my little nifty moving average here. So we'll change that to a 10. Yeah, and we're above the 10. So, comments being made, and yet the market still, in this consolidation. Bears and bulls not getting anywhere. You see these indecision candles here, right? So we'll see what tomorrow brings. What I'm doing is basically just playing individual stocks and going from there, because the SPY is not giving any major indication that it's going to sell off at the moment. Nobody can predict the future, so just keep trading what's offered to me. So anyway, I'll go through a list of stocks. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to mention as far as I heard someplace that 70% of the companies that have reported earnings have beat, and revenue estimates have been beating. Revenues and profits have been going up. So, that's what Wall Street pretty much watches, is revenues and earnings. So, we have Apple coming out, I believe, tomorrow. I had done a previous video on that. So check the week ahead video, and you can see when companies will be reporting earnings. But Apple is Tuesday, I believe. But let me just check that for you before I move on. Let's see, after hours tomorrow, and yes, Apple reports tomorrow after the close. And let me just bring this over so you can see that Apple's going to be reporting tomorrow. Acme, FireEye, Fang is an oil stock, and then some earnings before they open. You can see that right here. So those are some earnings after the bell and before the bell for tomorrow. Okay, and like I said, you can check the other video that I did the week ahead, and that goes through the earnings also, and the economic. Don't forget, we have the FOMC meeting starting tomorrow. Yellen, the decision comes on Wednesday. We have Yellen speaking on Friday. We have the jobs number also coming out on Friday. So check that previous video and for more elaboration on all that, earnings and economic. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and go through some stocks, since nothing's crashing and nothing's keeping us out of the market right now. So this is a daily chart you're looking at, and on the chart we have the 50 SMA, the 100, the 8 EMA, 200 SMA, which is the green, 13 EMA, the 400 EMA in the purple, 300 SMA, and the 20. And I like to use these larger moving averages because it can show me, overbought or oversold areas, and I sometimes get some nice bounces off the 400, and sometimes the 300 can be a resistance area, or the 400 and the 400 EMA can be resistance areas. So anyway, this ADVM came up on a scan. You see the pop and you see the volume that was coming up into it. Only thing is we have the 200 sloping down, and 325 right above it. So I'll keep it on watch. This is not one of my favorites, but we'll keep it on watch. AUPH, I believe, is getting a bunch of insider buying, I think it was. And let me get this 5-minute pre-market and after hours chart. Yeah, it's trading 760, and I'm down here on this blue chart right here. So you see AUPH pushed up, and now it's flagging after hours. So this one might be one to watch, AUPH, for tomorrow, and see how it sets up on a chart intraday. AXTI semiconductor stock, it's curling up. Pretty much missed the move here. It broke over the 650, pushing 710. But I'll have it on watch, see if I can get a continuation move on AXTI. BCRX holding this 650 area, 640 area. Got some volume today, 1.6 million shares. So I'll keep this one on watch also. On BCRX, it's coming up into the moving averages though, so I don't know. Maybe this 7 break will push it higher on BCRX. CBIO, not a fan favorite here, but it had this big push up. Now it's kind of holding support here around that 450 area and starting to turn up. But there's a lot of work to do up ahead, but keep it on watch, can't hurt. CCCR, this one, is popping and dropping. Obviously this 275 spot on CCR is a resistance spot. These 25 cent, 50 cent, 75 cent, round numbers, $3, all that's going to, be in consideration on this one. And, you've had a nice run from $1.25 all the way up to the 275. But we'll see if it sets up for tomorrow, so it's on watch. CDXC. This one's interesting. Had a high back here on 427, $3.30, and it's starting to come up to that area again. 327 was the high today. So we'll see if we can get back over, 325, 330, CDXC, one to watch. You see the volume down here picking up. So we'll see what that one wants to do tomorrow. CGNT, another one that popped today and went up to that 225 area. We'll see how this sets up intraday. And by intraday, I mean, in the morning. For me, I use a 2-minute chart, pre and post market. We'll go into all that later on in other videos, but I'll be watching it in the morning on a 2-minute chart, and later on in the afternoon on a 5-minute chart. CIDM, this one came up to that 180 area, popped. Not huge volume here, but we had this volume back here, right? Volume pop. So we'll see if this wants to maybe give a continuation. CIDM. Next one up is CMRE, and you notice this came up to the 300 moving average and kind of stopped in that area. So this one will be on watch. It's a shipping. I believe they had earnings today. I think it was today, and that's 2.7 million shares came in on the name. So we have a high today of 790, and we closed at 768. So I'll have to see what this wants to do tomorrow. CYCC, nothing much going on here. We had this big pop in the name, but we see we're getting this pullback, and we're kind of consolidating here along my 400 moving averages. So see if we want to maybe make some type of move here. Maybe looking for, let's see, the high here was 562. The next high up here is 574. So I'd probably want it to break, 565, 570, or maybe even wait for the 575 break. ENTA, I had this one on watch yesterday's video, and so we had a high today of 32.36. So we'll see if we can get back over it. You see the charts kind of setting up here. And so there's really nothing up ahead. We can get maybe a nice move in this ENTA. Keeping that on watch. GENE, this one had a pop, pulled back, and now we're right back at the high on the daily, 127. And we had a high here of 127 also. So, 127, 130. See if this one can get moving. Not much volume in the name, but you see the base that it's been in here. If you put a line here, so we're trying to break out over that base. All this consolidation, it's been for a while. So we'll see what that one wants to do tomorrow. GNMK, all right. This one, if you can picture it in your mind, but I'll draw the line for you. It's kind of consolidating right here. All right, so we're in this consolidation, and we'll see if we can push up over the high over here was 1322, so 1325 if this one wants to make a move, and that's medical devices, so keep your eye on that one. And KERX, same thing, right? You see the wedge, consolidation, could draw another one right here. Consolidation. So we'll see what this one wants to do. If it wants to break out over, let's see what this, about that 610 area, maybe a break of 6 might be enough to send it. Had a high here today, 605. So keep your eye on that 605, 610 area. KITE holding up nicely, holding the 8 EMA, the 13 EMA, the 20 SMA up above all that. We had a high on this one of 83.68, and then we got a pullback. So maybe back over 83.50 on KITE, or let it set up on a maybe a 5-minute, 15-minute chart. KTOS. This one had a pop today on KTOS. 807 was your high. 1.4 million shares on the volume, and we'll see if this one wants to get going again. Defense sector, and so we'll see what this wants to do. All right, 807 was the high, and it's in a nice trend up. The 200 is sloping up. It's back over the 50 SMA, the blue line right here. So keep an eye on that one. MOBL, nice pop today, 1.5 million. Had a high of 490. See if we can get it back over that 490, possible $5 break. But that $5 has been a resistance area on the name, so just keep that in mind. Just take a quick look at the weekly here. Yeah, on the weekly, it's blue skies over this $5. Let's just see what this was. Yeah, $5. So if we can get over that $5 on MOBL, might be interesting. One to watch, MRCY. Now, MRCY, there was a Form 4 today. Over 2,000 shares were purchased by a director. I believe the price was $37.31. So, this one, MRCY, might be interesting to keep on watch tomorrow, since they had that insider buy. MTBC, big pop. This one's been played by a lot of day traders, so a lot of volume again today, 19.6 million. This one will be on watch, see if it can set up. I'll probably watch this one on like a 2-minute chart, pre and post market chart. OCN, now this one had it rebounded on potential new restructuring deal, I guess, residential restructuring deal, and it, let's see, for about $117 billion. So that was the big pop here, 36.2 million shares. So we'll see if we can get a continuation move out of this OCN. ORCL, I called this one in the service today over 45.03, and it did go over that, and it went as high as 45.18. And so see if I'm going to holding some of this, and we'll see what happens with this one. If it breaks back below 44, 85, 44.80, I'll just abandon it, ORCL. But we'll see if it wants to, maybe catch up to some of these others like, Microsoft and Cisco, right? So Oracle's right in that, the old tech stock. So we'll see if this Oracle wants to play catch up. PPHM, big pop. It's below $1 stock, but if it can get back over the highs today, which was 68 cents, closed at 65 cents. We'll see what this one wants to do. Bio stock. But remember, it is under $1. REX, an oil name that popped today, 7.6 million, and we had a high on this of 55 cents. So I'll be watching that area. Closed at 44 cents. Maybe if we can get back over the 0.50 mark on this REXX. Oil was weak again today, I believe. Yep. So, not expecting, too much from it. NADL, I don't have it on my list, but a lot of guys are watching this one. But so far it's just been in this, bull bear battle up here around the $3, $2.50 area. So, not too much today in that one. Let's see where we leave off. PP right here, RGLS. This one, turning up a little bit. You see it's been consolidating. It's back over the 50, and I'll widen this for you. We're back over some of the fast-moving averages on RGLS, so keep this one on your watch. Maybe it gets a continuation move. You had a high here on 328 of $1.80, so see if that one wants to catch some action. VSTM, big pop today, volume almost 1 million shares. So, and this one's back at the highs on the daily. I did not get a trade in this, but big pop in this, so see what it wants to do tomorrow. VTGN, let's see, had volume, but only 193,000 shares. So, it's a low volume stock, but it did pop. So we'll see if this can get, some kind of movement tomorrow. It is back over the 50, but, just that volume is kind of, not that interesting, but we'll see. ZGNX, and let me just check the 5-minute after hour on this one. Okay, ZGNX, 1150. This one, if it can continue on over, maybe that 1165 for the 1175 break, or wait for the 1175 break, or we might get, a pullback, a red to green, something like that, on a lower time frame in the morning. ZGNX. Let's see, that's it for the watch list. Let's check out PayPal. PayPal will be on, CEO will be on Kramer tomorrow night. EXPE, the CEO will be on Kramer tomorrow night. So EXPE and PYPL, watch maybe for some movement after the Kramer show. PayPal, they like the earnings. They gapped it up. And EXPE, just continues on like Priceline. So keep an eye on those two. Let me see, anything else I wanted to mention? I mentioned OCN, I mentioned Bernanke, I mentioned Trump. Oh, IAC, they bought out Angie's List, and that was after the bell today. See the big pop, and I think they're paying $8.50 per share for Angie's List. So maybe that might light a fire under, some of these names like Etsy, and what else? Pandora, but doesn't look too good. GoPro, which I did a trade in today, but I'm thinking maybe Etsy might, it's one of these internet names, right? They do crafts. So keep this one on watch also. As a matter of fact, let me add it to my list. I forgot to add that ETSY, and I'll add Pandora P. All right, guys, let me see, open this up a little bit and move that over. Sorry about that. Oh, cool site that I found. If you guys want to check it out, split history. So basically just plug in a symbol, like right now, Starbucks BX. And if you ever want to see the split history, 6 splits on Starbucks, split history, blah, 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 blah. And if you're interested in that, and let's see, Apple, right? Apple has 4 splits, history database, and you can read about that. So split history. The other thing I want to show you is this is a screener that I put together, technicals. You have performance today up, and I'll leave this up for a few seconds. So if you guys want to copy it on your FinViz, and it spits out, FinViz is free. Go to finviz.com, screener, click on that, and then add these, change from open up. Let's see, horizontal support and resistance, change up, weak volatility over 5%, today plus 5%, and you can mess around with these however you want. Average true range over 25 cents, and over here performance today up, and let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, yep, 7 technicals. All right, guys, so that's a nice scanner if you want to use that. And I think that is about it. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So those are some of the stocks I'm looking at. Just go through them real fast again for you. AXTI, BCRX, CBIO, CCCR, CDXC, CGNT, CIDM, CMRE, CYCC, ENTA, ETSI, GENE, GNMK, KERX, it's in that wedge. KITE, maybe might push up on this one, holding above the fast moving averages. KTOS, MOBL, MRCY, what else do I have there? MTBC, OCN for continuation, Oracle I'm in, Pandora, PPHM, REX, RGLS, VSTM, VTGN, and ZGNX. And those are some that I'm watching. All right, guys, have a very nice, goodbye, everyone. I hate saying guys because I know there's female traders out there. So have a great night, everyone. And thank you for listening. And, give the video a like. Thank you very much.